Well, hello and meowdy everyone! Welcome back to another video. We are diving on into another SCP. This one is SCP-2001, a space oddity. So let's just dive on in. This is by the Volgun, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going! I'm also on this side of the screen, so my big head doesn't block the letters on the other side of the screen. Hee hee. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Dr. Miller, and the
Bro, Miller, the things Miller has seen, man.
SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2001. Object class, Keter.
Keter. Interesting.
Special containment procedures. No means of containment or prevention of SCP-2001 is currently available to the Foundation. In lieu of this, several alternative procedures have been established. Gamma-type individuals and Beta-type individuals not affiliated with NASA or any other space-related organization should be monitored and detained if necessary. Individuals in—
Hold on. An individual player affiliated with space-related who shows signs of Gamma or Beta-type infection should— employed
or affiliated with space-related organizations who show signs of Gamma or Beta-type infection should be removed from service and administered amnestics. Effective October 21st, 2000. All individuals afflicted with Alpha-type symptoms should be detained in wing of sector.
These are my favorite part. My favorite part about SCP. Redacted.
Under no circumstances should Alpha-type individuals be allowed access to any astronomical or spacefaring equipment. Mandatory SCP-2001 screening is in effect for all Foundation staff.
Shit.
Addendum. April 22nd, 1990. In light of Incident 2001-1990, all Foundation employees showing symptoms of SCP-2001 are to be removed from service immediately. See Incident Report 2001-1990. A. Level 4 clearance or higher. Description.
That's crazy.
SCP-2001 is an anomalous series of neural oscillations that occur during 3 of the 4 stages.
Hold on. What? It's a series of neural oscillations that occur during 3 of the 4 stages of human—
stages of human sleep.
What?
During one of these 3 stages, the amygdala spontaneously enters a state of heightened activity for a period of 10 to 15 minutes. Awakening the subject during this period appears to immediately switch the response of the individual to alpha type, regardless of the sleep stage in which SCP-2001 activity occurs. At the conclusion of SCP-2001's active state, the subject is conditioned to one of 3 responses, designated Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, depending on the sleep stage in which SCP-2001.
It's crazy that this SCP can just, infect, I guess is the word I should use here. I don't know, but just goes in and takes over one of your sleep stages.
Occurred. SCP-2001 appears to show no increased presence in individuals of any race, creed, or gender. No genetic abnormalities have been associated with SCP-2001. Spectrographic analysis of SCP-2001 suggests that its presence may not be intraneural, rather that it may originate from an outside source. Of particular note is the fact that SCP-2001
suggests that its presence may not be intraneural, and that intraneural is occurring within, administrating within a nerve or the tissue issue. So if we're causing neural isolation without actually being, that's more freaky.
Particularly the Alpha strain has recently begun affecting a proportionally large population of astronomers, astronauts, and individuals who otherwise deal with space. Individuals who already possess a critical attitude towards space exploration generally exhibit no anomalous effects from SCP-2001 activity. There appear to be 3 types of responses to SCP-2001 infection. SCP-2001 has not been documented to occur in the first stage of NREM sleep. Gamma.
In the first stage.
Subjects who experience SCP.
So I guess you don't want to be associated with space or be looking at space. Do not look at the night sky. Do not look at the stars. Do not look at the planets. Do not think about space, or else you will become infected.
2001 during the second stage of NERM, non-rapid eye movement sleep, are designated Gamma-type individuals. Gamma-type individuals are almost indistinguishable from the ordinary population, save from a disparaging attitude towards the topic of space travel. Gamma-type individuals show an active aversion to discussing space or space exploration in conversations and will avoid any and all organizations pertaining to the study and development of human space exploration. It is estimated that % of the population is currently affected by gamma-type symptoms of SCP-2000.
So if you're infected by the gamma-type symptoms of SCP-2001, you basically become a chronic space hater? Did I understand that correct? I think I did, right?
1.
Interesting.
Beta. Subjects who experience
That's cool.
SCP-2001
Beta.
during the third stage of NERM
Third.
sleep are designated beta-type individuals. Beta-type individuals are characterized by a distinct opposition to space exploration. Beta-type
Distinct
individuals will
opposition?
denounce
What?
the importance and safety of space travel in conversations, citing it as extremely dangerous or fruitless.
Are these like your space conspiracies? Is this where they come from? Is this why they're beta? Because they're beta type? Or are these the people who just be like throwing random ass facts all over the place and hoping they stick?
Also common among beta-type individuals is the tendency to construct elaborate conspiracy theories regarding humans.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Individuals construct elaborate conspiracy theories regarding humans in space. I'm like the very first part when they'll denounce the importance of safety of space travel, but these are the same people who would probably turn around and tell you the aliens are coming, even though they don't believe in like exploring space. You know what I mean? Does that make sense if I say that?
Space. An estimated % of popular space-related conspiracies are directly linked to
That number is probably fucking high as heck, man. That number is high.
one or more beta-type carriers,
okay.
including. Of note is the fact that the aforementioned individual had never had contact with the SCP Foundation or any of its affiliates.
That's weird, but
Alpha.
yeah, okay.
The presence of
contact.
SCP-2001 during any stage of REM sleep produces an alpha-type individual. Alpha-type individuals actively attempt to stop or sabotage all forms of space travel.
What?
Individuals displaying symptoms of alpha-type infection will attempt to harm or otherwise interfere with individuals, centers, and activities that pertain to space research or travel. An Alpha-positive Foundation researcher was directly responsible for Incident 2001-1990. A. Level.
Those are three fast types. We have Gamma, the chronic space haters, Beta, the space conspiracyists, and then we have Alpha, who would put themselves into harm's way to stop and directly like interfere with, I guess, space research or space travel, either or, all of the above. I guess like chronic protesters and stuff, right? That's what Alpha is for when it comes to space. That's a crazy level of difference between those three.
For clearance or higher.
Blah.
Document 2001-1. Incident Report 2001-1990. A.
Okay.
Level 4 clearance required. Deploying security mimetic now. Date: April 22nd, 1990.
Excuse me, what was that whisper?
Location: Foundation Outpost 12 within NASA Command. Coordinates. Note: Junior researcher was in perfect mental health at the time of the incident. No, he was not insane. No, he was not under any form of psychic control. He was an alpha-type carrier of SCP-2001, and that is all. Dr. The following takes place during the launch of SCP-S, a manned Foundation shuttle tasked with the investigation of SCP. A crew of Foundation supervisors were on hand to ensure safe takeoff and report any anomalous activity. Junior researchers was tasked with the observation of status readings.
So this is our experiment that we sent a shuttle presumably into space to try and investigate SCP-2001 better. So we are a group of people on the space shuttle going to space.
12:37 p.m. Head researcher reports successful preparation for liftoff of SCP-S. 12:37 p.m. Junior researcher reported to become extremely agitated. 12:38 p.m. SCP-S achieves liftoff. Researcher begins yelling unintelligibly to nearby staff. 12:38 p.m. Junior researcher produces unknown artifact resembling control pad, now classified as SCP. 12:38 p.m. Researcher begins to operate unknown artifact. SCP-S reports several system failures. 12:39 p.m. Unknown artifact is confiscated by Dr. SCP-S reports total loss of power.
So this all happened within like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. This whole series of events happened. Bro, how do you just produce an unknown artifact? I don't know. I guess now I'm gonna have to go find the freaking SCP about control pads. Awesome, great.
12:39 p.m. Communications with SCP-S cease. Exterior hull of SCP begins to break down. The resulting explosion was explained to onlookers and the press as a GPS satellite that had suffered a fuel leak during launch. No Foundation witnesses were administered amnestics. Following the above events and posthumous diagnosis of junior researchers with SCP-2001, containment procedures were altered to provide stricter containment of SCP-2001 alpha carriers.
So your typical alpha carrier goes on the space shuttle, and since, if you guys remember, if you recall, alpha will put themselves directly into the harm to interfere or shut down anything, and that's a clear example of this, right? He came onto the space shuttle to directly interfere and stop whatever the heck that they were doing. I guess you wouldn't know until you're actually there if they're trying to actively sabotage you or not.
Full documentation,
right?
Including termination report, can be found at document SCP-2001-9.
That's okay though.
Excerpt from Journal of Junior Researchers. Level 4 clearance required.
Okay.
Security memetic deployed. April 21st,
Did you just whisper you will not look into the void? Okay.
1990.
Okay.
I wish to state first that my mind and body are perfectly sound. I am prepared to...
I don't trust that. I'm sorry. I don't trust that. I wish to say first that my mind and body are perfectly sound. That's what anyone would say. Suspicious.
Submit myself to any and all tests to prove that I'm clean.
Okay.
I have the answer to SCP-2001. Just yesterday, during an interview with an Alpha-infected D-Class, I was asked a question that stopped my mind for a minute.
Oh?
The woman I was interviewing asked me if I knew the Foundation was right. I said no, I wasn't sure. Then she asked me, what if we were right? I could only assume that by we she meant 2001 carriers. I said nothing for a while, and then she spoke. She told me of a dream she'd had a while ago. She said that something talked to her, told her about how dangerous outer space was. It showed her the beasts that roam the void between the stars, about the fractal beings that absorb the very fabric of reality, about the that were keeping in that godforsaken door. And she was scared.
Interesting.
She told me that at the end of the dream, as she woke up, it told her what it was. It's all of space. Space fears for us.
It is all of space.
Living, breathing.
That's why they say don't look into the void. Holy shit. Wait. Oh my god, I'm getting so good at SCPs, guys. The more I watch, the more better I'm getting. That's crazy.
Life forms, and space loves us and cherishes us. She asked me if I had any idea what the chances of intelligence...
Hold on. Space fears for us? We're living, breathing life forms, and space loves us and cherishes us. Then why does space fear for us?
Life forming on another planet are, and then she told me a number that took a minute and a half to recite. By this point, I couldn't speak. I started thinking about the demographics of infection, about the symptoms, and suddenly...
She was given this in a dream, right? After the 2001 incident, right? So how do we know that this information wasn't given to her by SCP-2001? What if she is also infected? I feel like there's a lot of open-ended questions within this SCP right now.
All made sense. Some of the things she said stuck in my brain and they all added up to the same thing. We are in grave danger if we go out there. We can't go out there. We can't go out there. We can't.
Oh my gosh.
There's a reason behind SCP-2001, and it's nowhere near as terrifying as all my colleagues think. Space wants to protect us. There are things out there that would wipe humanity clean off this plane of existence. And we're too...
Okay, then why is space protecting us and not protecting anyone else? Or is space as a whole just protecting everyone by keeping them contained within their restricted areas? Now, you know what? After I said that, that's probably exactly what it is, right?
Too precious to our mother, to our host, to the universe we live in, for her to allow that to happen.
Oh my gosh, we're precious.
What I'm going to do tomorrow is not a result of infection.
Sorry.
It's not a result of madness. It's not a result of anything other than purest knowledge. You see, I found out the truth. And it's more beautiful than I ever could have dreamed. Addendum. April 30th, 1990. Research into potential memetic qualities of SCP-2001 is currently ongoing. Transcript of email from head of SCP-2001 research team to site director. October 21st, 2000.
What's happening?
Level 4 clearance required.
Security memetic. Oh, okay.
Security memetic deployed.
Oh my gosh.
The research team and I have just made a rather unsettling
I think that was just a whisper. He will not fear the words, I think.
discovery regarding SCP-2001.
Creepy.
Our suspicions were piqued when we found journal. First, the writing leading up to the day of the incident was entirely different in tone than the rest of the journal. He rants and raves about space for pages and pages. It's as if he just spewed his brain onto the page. Second, it wasn't something he would ever do. End the lives of 5 Foundation astronauts the way he did. That's something we neglected to mention about 2001's Alpha strain. That individuals seeking to interfere with manned space travel will not undertake actions outside their moral reasoning. This meant that the Alpha strain of SCP-2001 was safer than it seemed. Or so we thought.
Wait, so the lies of the way he did, that's something we neglected to mention about Alpha. That individuals seeking to interfere with manned space travel will not undertake actions outside their moral reasoning. So that means that they're not as sporadic or full sending it then. They actually still act with their morals intact, right?
See, we proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that did have SCP-2001. All the symptoms he displayed were completely on target for the Alpha strain, with the exception of his final action.
I was about to say that. Okay, if you believe that he had SCP-2001, all the symptoms he displayed were completely on target for the Alpha strain, with the exception of his final actions, which was all the failure shutdowns and stuff, right? So why did his morals fall within that moment to turn everything off and shut everything down, if you're saying that they follow the Alpha?
So we researched it. More specifically, we researched the D class that he talked to on the day before the crash. We sent subjects into her cell and asked her to talk to them. She said just about the same thing to most people, with a couple of exceptions. When she talked to certain subjects, she would pepper her rants with a couple of distinct phrases. And what we discovered was that the individuals who responded to these phrases began to behave in a similar manner to on the day of the crash.
Wait, the individuals who responded to get so like trigger words, trigger phrases? Because this happened and then he happened. That we discovered was that individuals who responded to these phrases begin to behave in a similar manner. So then they start behaving like erratically.
By now, I'm sure you can deduce what we learned from
I think
these findings.
so. I don't know why
it appears
though,
there
but
is some sort of 4th strain,
okay.
one that functions differently from any of the 3 we have encountered before. We call it Alpha Prime. It is a mimetic variant propagated by certain individuals afflicted with the Alpha strain through the use of several trigger phrases. If a listener responds to those phrases, the symptoms of Alpha Prime begins to develop.
I wonder what a full-blown Alpha Prime developed would look like, because I doubt we have seen one yet. Maybe we have, though.
Not much more potent than the regular Alpha strain in terms of the carrier's attitude towards space exploration. It does have the additional effect of overriding the moral code of its hosts. We don't know exactly to what lengths an Alpha Prime carrying subject would go to prevent us from engaging in manned space travel.
So then there's no really way to tell if they're an Alpha Prime carrier or if they're an Alpha carrier until you're like space exploring or doing something dangerous, and that they still follow the morale code. You're like, oh, okay, he's Alpha. And then if they like want to, you know, unalive everyone from the server or do horrific things, you're like, oh, this one might have been a Prime, guys. We should have kept this one at home.
Perhaps therein lies the most worrying element of this newfound strain.
How do we get infected,
We know next to nothing about it. It is the opinion of myself and many members of the research team that this information should be kept separate from the official SCP-2001 documentation.
Kept separate? Wait. Why are we keeping this shit separate? When you no.
Findings about the moral restrictions of the standard Alpha strain. We don't know how many individuals have succumbed to the words of their Alpha-inflicted colleagues, and we don't want a mass outbreak of paranoia and
typical higher ups just masking the news, just, you know, making it so it fits their agenda.
Fear among Foundation personnel. If word spreads about a sociopathy-inducing mimetic variant of 2001, we have no idea what could happen within our ranks. Quite frankly, we don't want to find out. Standard SCP-2001 checks are still in order for all sites. Tell the mobile task forces to keep rounding up the Alpha strains and sending them to me. After all, we've got the counter names to develop. We secure, we contain, we protect. Level 4 research.
Yeah, you guys do. Oh, are we done?
This concludes today's lecture. Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are, and you're all dismissed.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I'm just assuming that neural oscillations, that the space oddity is able to affect the interactions of the neurons somehow. I don't know. I think I'm looking too far into it, but that's what happens when I'm a science kid. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I flippin' hated neurobiology. That was my least favorite course I ever had to take. Ever. I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I think there is a spaceship. If there's a spaceship emoji, comment that down below. Comment down the word space if you don't want to do an emoji, and I will see you guys all on the flip side. Do come check out the Patreon. Best way to support my channel. Tons of uncut animes over there like Overlord, JoJo's, My Hero Academia, and more. So do that. Link will be down below. And like I said, best way to support the channel. So if you like my content, want more of my content, check out the Patreon, and goodbye, YouTube.